Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. My very first episode of the quote unquote talk show. Today, I will be having guests that I know very well to not to somewhat well, including a family member or two, a few of my friends, and most importantly, the one, the only Storm Shards. So now, please, everybody, give a warm welcome to our to the very first to the first part of Storm Shards. You know her, you love her. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Hive. Now tell us, Hive, how does it feel to be how does it feel to be on our very first episode of this brand new podcast? Or not more of a podcast, more of a talk show. How do you feel?
It's nice to, finally have a voice at least, even though it may not be a real one. I just find the fourth wall there. But, at least pay for voicing is fine voice actors out here. I'm actually doing really good, you know, especially since our songs have been doing kind of well, even though, like, Rival Rainbow might not be a fan favorite, it will soon be a fan favorite sometime in the future.
That is incredible. I hope Rifle Rainbow does well in the future too. So I also heard that there is a new Splatfest approaching us. Bread, rice, and pasta. Now, I would choose Team Bread in this equation. Some people may differ. That's cool. If I were going off of these three choices, which one would you choose out of these three, Hive? If you could, if you could think, what would make the most sense out of these three?
Well, if I had to choose, I think I would choose probably either rice or pasta. I do like bread, don't get me wrong, but nothing get me wrong was the thing of rice or pasta. Now, if I were to think which one Mary would go for, I think Mary would go for something simple and plain like rice. I mean, she's far from simple and plain, but I do think rice. I do think pasta is probably the best call. I mean, I've loved pasta ever since before I even got on stage, I used to eat pasta all the time during my childhood. It's kind of, it's kind of the whole reason why I would take pasta in the first place.
So, Hive, probably one of the main questions that I have for you is what are we going to do about Frog Pond freedom? And more importantly, what are we going to do about Cable Snap? Because after I'm done with the Tide Goes Out, the different genre for Tide Goes Out, I think about going for either Cable Snap or Frog Pond Freedom next. So, out of those two options, which one do you think would make a better first impression out of those two?
Well, when you put those two options side by side, I gotta think like what would make more sense. Should I go for my song, Table Snap, or should I go for Mary's song, Frog Pond Freedom? I don't know which. I also don't want to reveal any spoilers, and don't want anybody to know a lot of the song. But since I already saw it, the dark original, and you can probably see already the lyrics. The low quality versions of the lyrics. No offense. So if I had to choose between those two, I think my song would go first, unless Mary had any objections against it. But yeah, otherwise, I'm totally cool with my song going first. I mean, my song was created first, I think so. It took 3 days to even start thinking about Mary's song. I mean, I don't know if I'm Mary's irrelevant. My song was created long before ours was. I mean, we only parts of June, actually. I think it's somewhat second. I'm getting a phone call here. Hello? Oh. Oh, it's Mary. Hey, Mary. Oh. Oh, you're actually watching the, podcast I made. I'm actually very thankful for that. Oh. Really? You did my song first? I didn't know I did my song first. Alright, yeah, I'll tell him. Alright, so, apparently, Mary just called me, and she wants my song to do first, and, her song to go next. That, that's a strange coincidence, huh? You read that, Stormzy?
Well, that's actually very cool. Thank you, Mary, for allowing us the opportunity to do Hive's song first. That's actually a crazy coincidence. I actually can't believe that. Well, Hive, I'm actually I'm the one that's going to be doing the whole song video and all that. So yeah. Okay, so I want to do some more questions before our time is up here. I'd like to ask you probably about one more question, if that's okay with you. Just to see if you want to hear one more.
Yeah, I'm totally cool with one more question. I, I'm only gonna be here for probably another few minutes, so, I don't mind one more question before I'm out here.
All right. So my one more question is, if since we're already we're already sharing a YouTube channel technically, so I hope you're okay with that. But the real question is, do you like being part of Storm Shards? Because I'm both technically not a part of and a part of Storm Shards. Um, so yes, I just want to know, what do you think of Storm Shards, Hive? If you had to, this, if you had, you know, if you had to think about it for a second or two.
Well, if I had to think about it, I'm totally cool with us having us sharing a YouTube channel. If I had to think if I like Storm Shards or not, I actually really like Storm Shards ever since I was first a part of it. I mean, I'm pretty sure Mary likes being a part of Storm Shards. Otherwise, she wouldn't be watching this podcast. Hey, Mary, thanks for watching this podcast. I really do appreciate it. Yeah. So I actually like being a part of Storm Shards. And you know what? Storm Team, I'm gonna be your part of Storm Shards too, technically. I just hope Mary, if you're doing this with Mary, I hope she's okay with it. Cause I'm okay if she's okay with it. You feel me? Yeah, that's one way I like to put it.
Well, Hive, I honestly, I would like to thank you for being in this podcast with me. You're actually the very first guest I put on this, because I mean, you're almost a creator of Storm Shards. Um, so any other words before this podcast goes up to YouTube? Any words at all, really?
Well, if I do have some words to say before this goes up to YouTube, I would like to say thank you for watching this podcast with me and Storm King here. I certainly appreciate it, and thank you to the viewers and say to Mary. I actually didn't really actually call me. Um, yeah. So that's pretty much everything I have for you today. I want to miss my flights. I want to miss my flight from the to the studio for actually the soul version of Cable Snap. Oh boy, that'll be a
Well, I'll see you later, Hive. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, that is the first episode of the podcast. Since Hive already did the outro for me, I actually don't have to do such a long outro. So I would like to thank, myself and Hive, and even the appearance of Mary, technically, even though that it was only a minor appearance. But if somehow before I make the cable snap version, I will have Mary do one of these. Probably sometime tomorrow, if I have enough energy to wake up this morning, next morning. Yeah, so you all have a very good morning, good afternoon, good night, and I will see you sometime tomorrow. See ya.